Maybe Jackie Chan is not the best husband and father, and in general not a very good person, if you look objectively, but I am eternally grateful to him for his movies, on which I grew up, and even the worst of which carried only positive emotions. Nowadays it's probably hard to find a person in the world who wouldn't be familiar with Jackie Chan's movies, and he himself seems to be a legend in the action comedy genre that has been and always will be. However, the childhood and young years of the future star were not at all cloudless. Almost sold at birth by his parents, who wanted to solve their financial problems in this way, he was still abandoned at the age of 6 by those closest to him, and handed over by them to the legalized slavery of the Beijing Opera House. According to the actor's official biography, his parents Charles and Lily Chan were poor and fled to Hong Kong from political repression, but more credible reports say his mother was an opium dealer and his father was a Western spy. The family had a hard time in their new place of residence. At first they could barely make ends meet, but soon they got a job at the French embassy, which is a strong argument in favor of the espionage theory. There, the father was officially listed as a cook and the mother as a maid. By the way, the money for my son's delivery had to be borrowed and they were only able to pick him up after the hospital bill was paid. It was said that the parents even wanted to sell the newborn, but then changed their minds. The boy's parents' situation also became more complicated, political persecution resumed, and they were forced to move again, this time to Australia, to Canberra, where the father took a job as a chef at the U.S. Embassy. But it was decided to keep the son in Hong Kong. From the age of 6 he was practically sold into slavery at the Peking Opera School of the China Institute of Opera Studies, and there he spent the next 10 years learning martial arts and acting, vocal and acrobatic training. Upon graduation from the school, its graduates were required to pursue a career in opera, practicing their training for 20 years. Learning was difficult and the school had strict rules, including corporal punishment. The boy practiced diligently, which allowed him to become part of the Seven Luckies, an ensemble of 7 of the most talented students who performed in theaters in Hong Kong and abroad. Chan began acting in movies while still in high school. His debut film was Big and Little One Tin Bar, which until recently was considered lost. He also starred in extras and cameo roles in many films of the time. At 17, Chan graduated from school, but, unfortunately, Chinese opera had lost its popularity, and it was difficult to make a career. In addition, among the subjects taught at the theater school, there were no general education disciplines. He had difficulty writing and reading, which greatly reduced the possibility of choosing a profession. Either it was hard physical labor, or in the best case, the application of the acquired skills in the work of a stuntman. The next few years he starred in cameo roles as a stuntman and actor, and in 1971 Chan had his first major role in the film Master with Broken Fingers. In general, the film industry in Hong Kong has fallen on hard times, and in 1976, the actor agrees to move to his parents in Australia. He briefly takes an accelerated course at Dixon College while moonlighting at a construction site where he was paired with a man named Jack. The Australians found it difficult to pronounce the young man's Chinese name. They began to call him by his senior partner's name, Little Jack, which gradually transformed into the already familiar Jackie. Prospects in Australia, Jackie Chan did not see, because the work on the construction site was not to his liking, and to count on something else was difficult. But fortunately, the young man receives an invitation from Willie Chan that saw the work of the actor and stuntman in the same picture and offered Jackie the lead role in the movie The New Furious Fist. Chan happily agrees and returns to Hong Kong, and Willie later becomes his manager and friend. The young actor did not look very convincing in hand-to-hand combat, but the director cast Chan in several other similar roles. As the actor himself later admitted, the royalties he received he used to spend on women, friends and gambling, and his spending could be colossal and thoughtless. Engaged in stunt staging, Jackie Chan gradually formed a new genre, comedy, which is organically complemented by scenes of martial arts demonstrations and stunts, sometimes very complex. His characters are kind and brave, though sometimes lazy and simple-minded, and always put up a good fight. In the mid-70s, the actor has developed a certain principle of choosing characters, and almost never plays negative roles, but most importantly, he must remain himself. The first serious success Chan brings the picture Snake in the Shadow of the Eagle in 1978. By the way, during the filming of one of the fight scenes of the movie, Jackie hit a sword, the point of which turned out to be not blunt, as it should have been, but sharp. The actor screamed in pain, and the director did not realize that it was no longer a game. The next film, Drunken Master, was even more successful. Box office receipts of the film only for the first season of distribution amounted to 8 million Hong Kong dollars, and a year later broke the box office record set by Bruce Lee. By the way, he managed to achieve the effect of a drunken face quite easily. He just stood with his head down low for a few minutes so that the blood would rush to his face. Also during filming, Chan was injured in the eye and almost lost it. In the hospital he refused needles and sewed up the wound with electricity, because of which after healing one eye was larger than the other, and the doctor advised to correct it with cosmetic surgery. Surprisingly, with all the features of his profession, the actor is shiveringly afraid of hospitals and all sorts of medical interventions. In the 80th year comes the action brawler Battle Creek, which was a collaboration between the United States and Hong Kong. This movie was Jackie Chan's first American movie and his first role in English. He received $1 million for his participation in the movie and became the highest paid Asian American film actor at the time. In the same year, Fearless Hyena 2 was released, but Jackie Chan left the project in the process of filming. The director tried to get him to return with the help of triad crime syndicates, but nothing worked. Because of this, Loe cast a Chan lookalike in the new scenes, and the actor himself was forced to flee Hong Kong. By the way, later he became the only actor who was able to defend his independence from the triads, and Jackie Chan moved to a major film studio, Golden Harvest, and the first fruit of their cooperation was the film Young Master, which was filmed in Taiwan. By the way, this is the first picture in which Jackie Chan himself performs the soundtrack at the end of the movie. It is noteworthy that the actor practiced vocals while studying at the Beijing Opera School. Since '84, he has released 20 albums with compositions in Chinese, Japanese, and English. The actor also often records soundtracks for his films, but they are often replaced in the American and European box office. Young, attractive guy, while still being a simple stuntman, quickly gained a crowd of fans, and what is important, fans. And when they found out that Chan had a girlfriend, they say, some were very upset. This is partly why Jackie Chan did not advertise the seriousness of his relationship with Taiwanese actress Lin Fengzhou, also known as Joan Lin. As Chan later said, it was love at first sight. The young charming actress won the heart of the young actor. The intelligent girl was also in love and agreed to move to the USA. Soon the couple learned that they were expecting a child. Just a couple of days before the birth of their son, Jackie and Joanne signed, marking the event in a simple coffee shop, and on December 3, 1982nd year they had a son, JC. The newly married father of the family was immersed in work while his wife cared for his son. Later, Joan Lin and her baby returned to Taiwan, and Jackie continued to build his career. Thanks in part to friends who believed that the girl had gotten pregnant for a reason, Chan did not tell his wife about the amount of royalties and was not particularly close to the family. At times he could see his son 6 times in 6 years, and could afford extra, and as the actor himself admits, he was not a good father and husband. In 1995, the action movie Showdown in the Bronx was released. The movie not only brought Chan long-awaited fame in the U.S. and $4 million in royalties. By the way, the movie focused on stunts that Jackie performed on his own despite injuries, of which there were many. And in 98th year Jackie decides on a bold experiment and shoots his first all-American movie Rush Hour. Their duet with Chris Tucker was extremely successful. They became winners of the MTV Channel Awards. The movie became one of the highest-grossing films of the year, and a few years later 2 more parts were released. In November '99, Jackie had a second child, a daughter Woo Ho-lin, from an extramarital affair with actress Elaine Woo Chi-lee. The incident did not go unnoticed by Chan. He begged forgiveness from his wife, who shortly before presented to the public, confirmed the extramarital affair and recognized his daughter. But he did not maintain a relationship with her. Jackie Chan continues to actively shoot, although long ago announced the gradual withdrawal from action movies. As the actor later explained, he was not going to say goodbye to his favorite business, but will try to perform few life-threatening stunts. By the way, the actor's son, Jackie Chan, followed in his father's footsteps. Although their relationship did not work out for a long time, Jackie participated in the filming of several movies with his father, and also released 2 music albums. On November 12, 2016, Jackie Chan was awarded the Academy Award for Extraordinary Achievement in Cinematography by the Motion Picture Academy of America. In the same year it became known about the attempted suicide of the actor's daughter Etta. Later, the girl recovered and admitted that one of the reasons for the act was the lack of intimacy with both her father and mother, and a year later Etta announced a wedding with her friend. She does not maintain a relationship with her father. At the moment, Jackie Chan's fortune is estimated at $750 million. An actor's income is made up of box office receipts and many other sources. Jackie Chan is also an active soccer fan and cheers for the Hong Kong national team, the England national team and Manchester City. Now Jackie Chan promotes a healthy lifestyle. He himself does not smoke, does not drink alcohol or even coffee, and trains a lot. By the way, the actor has long ago announced that he will bequeath half of his fortune to charity. And his own children will receive nothing, because Chan is convinced that success must be achieved by one's own labor. Jackie in general pays a lot of attention to charity. At first, he simply donated gifts and money to orphanages, but then he considered such donations ineffective. So he set up the Jackie Chan Foundation, adopted 10 orphans, and took custody of 50 Chinese children living abroad. Now on top of that, he maintains several university scholarships, funds the Jackie Chan Hospital, and contributes to the Kung Fu Schools Foundation. Thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos.